Luka and Dorotea are from Croatia. A round of applause, please.
Good day, Europe. My name is Dorotea.
And I'm Luka.
We come from Croatia, the youngest member of the EU, from a town called Krapina, which is well known as one of the most important Neanderthal sites in the world.
Our country's location is in the crossing of important trade routes, connecting Central with Southeast Europe. Beautiful landscapes, architecture, welcoming people and excellent food are not hard to be found.
Plenty of important people were born here, such as Nikola Tesla, Luka Modric and Marco Polo.
Alternating current, tie, pen, parachute, and, as of recently, the fastest electric car are only a few examples of our creativity.
But the voices of many young people in our society are neither heard nor wanted. That's why we're trying to convince young people to take matters in their own hands. It's our turn now, so let's not waste it.
Thank you very much for your attention.
I was just wondering, you said that euro as a currency is really stable and stuff, but if everyone decides to use euro, what happens if it falls?
Good day, everyone. My name is Jan, and I come from Croatia, and I will be presenting the points our group has decided upon. So the first point was education. This includes showing people the consequences of their ignorance, and we would recommend doing this from a very young age, so teaching children in kindergarten and primary school that throwing trash without any consideration and just polluting the earth has serious consequences and is bad for people as a whole. This also includes maybe some public displays and commercials showing people that they cannot be so ignorant that everything has a price and we only have one planet and we should save it. One idea was to pull trash islands. So I don't know if you know, but trash accumulates in the sea, and we could pull trash islands closer to the shore because I think that would really shock people and teach them not to pollute anymore. The second point was a sort of a reward system. This means that people who recycle more get special benefits from the government. For example, lower taxes or money for in Croatia we get half a kuna for one bottle of water that we recycle. I think that is also a good idea. Of course, it already exists in certain countries, but we need to focus more on this and expand it. Number 3 was sort of the opposite of number 2, which means that people who pollute the earth and are totally ignorant have to pay the price. This means that we would introduce taxes for polluting and increase taxes for using fossil fuels, but not only for ordinary everyday people, but also for big companies who use plastic bags in their stores, like big supermarkets. And and that's basically it. Number 4 is science. This means that we would encourage young people. As we all know, there are a lot of young people and people in the world, and I'm sure everyone has, not everyone, but some people have great ideas how to reduce the cost of collecting renewable energy. So we should stimulate science and technology to find better ways to recycle, because some people maybe have an idea but do not have the money or do not have the resources they need to make their idea possible. Number 5, and the last point, was improve infrastructure for electric cars. So as we know, electric cars are becoming more and more popular, but not fast enough. This is all going in kind of a slow motion. I mean, it's not moving really fast, and some countries don't even have charging stations for electric cars, and the EU and the member states should improve on this. I would like to thank you for listening to this, and those are the points my group made today and discussed about. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Martijn. I'm from the Netherlands. I have a question, and my question is, how will people with a low income be able to drive their car if they can't pay fuel due to the taxes?
This is where the government comes in with a lot of stimulation and giving, maybe paying a part of the cost of an electric car, or the transition from fossil fuels to renewable sources isn't going to happen overnight. It's a long process, and of course not everyone is going to be able to move to using renewable sources at once. So this is where the government has to kick in and offer help to the citizens who can't afford fuel or a new electric car.
And Luca, you've got the floor for the third report.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon. My name is Luca, and I am today here with my colleague Noah. We are representatives of the Development Aid Committee. The questions that our group was presented with were difficult, but very important. We had an interesting discussion that sparked a lot of thoughts. But the most important thing is that during the debate, it was more than obvious that young people really cared about what they were saying. And that gave me hope for a better and happier future of Europe and the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. So, as he said, I'm Jan, and I come from Croatia. Our topic was the most abstract one, and it wasn't easy to debate it because people are saying stuff that are actually in the laws of the European Union. So at the end, we've came up with 6 topics. The first one, but the order of them doesn't have anything to do with the importance. So the first one was just Europe in the whole European Union. So they want the whole union to be also a monetary union. This is their decision. I'm not going to say anything. Then we were talking about education, because in many countries from us, like I think there is 22 countries, and let's say that 15 of them are not satisfied with their education systems. Then the third point was people want to have eco-friendly life, because they think that it's going to be better in future if we are going to think eco now. Then the fourth point was the increase of minimal wages in the, let's say, economically poor countries, because in certain countries, like let's say Croatia, the minimum wage isn't high enough to live with it. It's just impossible. So we want to raise it. Also, we know that there are many problems related to raising it, that maybe from into the industry when the producer actually needs many hands, let's say. If we increase the wages, they would transfer the industry into the, let's say, less developed countries, and they would be able to pay the workers less. Then the fifth topic was social politics. So they want people to be more to accept the Muslims that came into Europe with these migration waves in the past years. So they think that there's no point in being in thinking bad about them just because they are in other religion or something. They think that we should accept them the way they are, and they could perfectly create the Europe because it is multicultural. Then the last point was that actually the people in the European Union are not well informed about the work of the European Union, and with having an internet site about the things that European Union did in its let's say 10-15 years past, I mean, they would know how good it was or wasn't for their country, and we wouldn't have stuff like Brexit going on. So that was about it. I'm glad.
Hello everyone, my name is Borislav and I am representing Malta. I noticed that you were keeping saying like they, as if you are not talking about yourself, as if it's not your decision, as if it's not your opinion. Can you like say your opinion and tell me why you're, you know, you separate yourself from others in this way? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I agree with you because, yeah, I am talking today because we are the representatives of a committee, and the committee decided something. Maybe I'm not sharing my opinion with them, but this is democracy and I have to say it. Thank you.
Now you have the floor.
So, good day. Earlier today, we talked about the youth employment and the problems about the very high youth unemployment in the EU. So, we have some solutions for that, and the youth unemployment today in the EU is around 5 million. Young people don't have the jobs or are not active in any further education. But the good news is that the unemployment has decreased since 2012 by 4%, and there are a lot of programs that can help young people to get jobs all around the EU. But the young people are not enough familiar with those programs, so we should change that as fast as possible. Thank you.